Hello and welcome back to another Shenandoah University esports broadcast. I'll be your host, Ryan Blankenhorn, and tonight we have some amazing games going on. We got same teams, different rosters, and a fresh esports tower rumble. And joining me tonight to call off all of the action is the one, the only, the myth, the legend, Kyler Apgar. Kyler, how are you doing tonight, my friend?
Ryan, with that Bruce Buffer intro, I feel like I could just run through a wall right now into Winchester and be in the booth with you. Dude, I'm so happy to be here after last week's super exciting matchups. It's going to be great this week, so I'm really looking forward to jumping on the desk with you, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. And tonight we have two incredible series going on. First up, for our first series, we will be having the Barracudas versus the Stingrays. And then for the second series of the night, we'll have the Wolves versus the Mammoths, as you do see up here on your screen. And it is going to be some heaters of a matchup. Now that Overwatch 2 has been out for roughly a month now, all four of these teams have had time to really accumulate and work their meta work and their play styles in this new 5v5 scenario. And it is going to be really interesting to see how exactly all four of these teams, but at least these first two teams, Stingrays and Barracudas here, will perform tonight, and how well they've adapted to this Overwatch 2 meta, and if they'll be able to take the win tonight. Who will win? That being said, though, let's take a quick look at our maps and what's going to be first up here. Kyler, I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, as you can see here, we got Push. First up, New Queen Street, one of the newer maps to Overwatch 2. Ryan, I really like what you said about meta play and what we will be likely to see with these comps. I will say, last week, we really saw some off meta plays. We saw some Wrecking Ball. We just saw a lot. We saw a lot of different things, a lot of experimentation at the higher levels. Right now, we're seeing a lot of Winston, a lot of Lucio, a lot of Reaper, different things around their Sojourn, as well as getting an incredibly high pick rate. It's all very standard. So moving into Push, I wouldn't be surprised to see these kids try something a little different, play to their comfort picks, and we saw it work really, really well for them. So I'm going to be excited to see it going in here. See, maybe if we get some Kiriko, see if we get some high-level support from the backline. We saw Triplet last week dominating, really controlling the series from the backline on that Kiriko. So it's going to be exciting to see how they kind of continue into this week, man.
Yeah, and I personally love to see different types of meta rather than the one that is just most common. Right now the meta is with that Zarya, that Monkey, with that Kiriko, and it's really common, really easy to see. But I love to see the different compositions coming out, how people can counter the current meta and really just break that cycle of the meta. And it's gonna be really interesting to see if any of our four teams tonight do actually decide to run a different counter meta or just something different in general. One meta that I would love to see would be that double immortality meta for the support, that Baptiste and the Kiriko. Really crazy, but does offer a lot less dive potential that we have been seeing in the metas. So it will be interesting to see, as it does look like we are getting into map number 1 on the New Queen Street. Once again, this is the Barracudas versus the Stingrays for map number 1 on New Queen Street, and this is going to be one good matchup. I personally love New Queen Street. What about you, Kyler?
Yeah, man. I was the jury was out for me on Push when I first started to see it being played in the Overwatch League. I think it was just something new, right? You see it being played, you're like, ooh, Overwatch was such a great game. I loved it so much. They're introducing something new to me, and new is hard. But you know what? As soon as the game was released and I got the opportunity to run it a couple times, I've really, really enjoyed the state of Push. It's just great. I've enjoyed the map layouts. Honestly, for me, I know Colassio is one of the more popular Push maps, but I really, really enjoy New Queen Street. I just feel like it flows really, really well. The difference in elevation is great. There's a lot of really great opportunities to take fights early, to get right to the objective, and it really forces a lot of action, which I think is great for Overwatch. And we are out of spawn here. We see Frozen Phoenix on the Sojourn for the Stingrays. I see the Barracudas come out with a comp that's going to be a little bit more standard to the meta of what we're seeing right now. We see BBQ there on the Ana. It's going to be a really interesting pick. We do see both of these Zaryas queuing up here. And Ryan, I think as we start to roll out here, that's going to be really the story of the game. It's going to be how these opposing Zaryas can manage their bubbles, protect their team while also getting charge of. And we see Triplet picking up right where he left off. Big pick on the BBQ, and that's going to be a great initiator here for this fight. It's going to be Stingrays likely winning this first fight here, Ryan.
Yeah, and Triplet is hunting for the Zarya here. Troll probably won't be able to get out alive. Solo, last bubble alive. Triplet not gonna let him out. Frozen Phoenix gonna take out that pick. But Triplet, the aggression from Triplet right now is just insane. You love to see aggressive Kirikos. You love to see those critical headshots coming out. And Stingrays really showing a dominant performance already, as we do have here on New Queen Street. And I gotta say, Triplet doing a phenomenal job. We saw it like you said previously, and now we're gonna see it again here as Triplet 69 already fell. And oh, what a headshot on the block boy from Frozen Phoenix. This team, Kyler, what are they doing?
They are pushing the button. They're pressing W and getting forward. However, we do see JR catching Frozen Phoenix out, getting a pick here, so we are likely going to see Stingrays retreat, give some ground, but still, ton of push. Got that forward spawn activated just off that first fight, and that's what we like to see. However, Barracudas rolling back in here, JR getting some ground and getting the picks. That is going to allow Barracudas to get in control of the point here. JR just cleaning up. You really mentioned it, though, because I don't want to get too far away from this. Triplet on the Kiriko. So we saw, again, as I mentioned coming into this, absolutely dominating last week in the series, just doing so well, getting so much value, and that is what you can get with the Kiriko. 125 damage per headshot. That is going to melt anybody that it ends up getting an opportunity to touch. We do see ults starting to come online here. We see JR has got this blade early. However, Kiriko, Triplet lays down the ult. Let's see what they're able to do. That's going to be enough for Control to find two. Frozen Phoenix finds one as well with their ult. WoW Classic cleaning up here. That is going to be a fight to Stingrays, who, so far, Ryan, look incredibly strong, rolling through, and they are managing their ults well here. We see that WoW Classic is holding on to that bomb on Tracer. Control has the grab here. C-Squared is holding on to that beat, maybe enough to survive through the grab. However, it's going to be interesting to see what they can do. BBQ quickly coming onto that nano. Oh, but the grab comes out early. However, the beat comes out from C-Squared. Doesn't look like the Stingrays are able to find anybody, and JR is getting in here without the nano, though. Still finds two. Barracudas trying to push the front foot here. Likely will be enough. JR finds three. Stand-up performer for Barracudas so far. And this is looking like it may end up being a little bit more back and forth than we thought after that first fight, Ryan.
Yeah, JR getting used to the game now, ready to go, ready to fight here, and JR just slicing and dicing with that blade there, doing a phenomenal job. I believe killed 4 to finish off that fight, finding a nice stagger onto one of Stingrays there, as Toxic is also going to fall down to, once again, JR doing a phenomenal job. BBQ's going to get a nice sleep, but Triplet is going to find Block Boy, might find BBQ here, but barely gets out alive and finds Triplet. That's what you want to see for Barracudas.
That is big for BBQ and even bigger for Barracudas. Again, Triplet, somebody that we love to see play from the front foot on that Kiriko. It gets a lot of value for it. Just gets caught out a little bit right there. However, does get in, is managing to save Control as they peel here. So this is going to be good for Stingrays to be able to initiate this fight again. Early. Control getting back in, charging up ult quickly. However, Troll holding on to this grab. I think we may see it come out here soon. Realizing, and there it goes. Seeing that Control pop their bubbles. Oh my gosh, ult's going off all over the spot. Toxic kill with a massive beat, finding JR that's going to give a lot of space to the Stingrays, and that's what you see here, them pushing forward, that speed amp coming out. Frozen Phoenix finding the pick, Triplet finding C-Squared, and that is going to be enough for Stingrays to stay on the front foot, get that robot back on a point, and try to take a little bit more ground here, Ryan.
Yeah, and you know, Barracudas, they are going to have this nano, they are going to have Blossom, and they will have this blade a little bit mid-fight. They may try to look for this nano blade early into the fight here and really help JR, but this is going to be really big. If they need to find, Stingrays need to find JR or Block Boy really early into this fight so that nothing bad does happen. They will have grab. They also have pulse for the side of Stingrays. The nano is going to come out on the blade, though. JR is going to find 2. The pulse isn't going to be found. And almost falls to themselves there. JR will getting away with murder here, but is taken out. C Square gonna find controller in that switch though, and now Barracuda is gonna turn this bot right around.
And you know what? Triplet still did a good job of staying on point, even while JR was getting a ton of value from that blade. And I will say, if you're Stingrays, I think you got to be okay with that situation, right? Although JR did end up winning that fight for them, you still have an opportunity here to contest Robot before it starts pushing the wall again. And that's what you can see is happening here. Taking it right at the middle point here. See Control come back, trying to put some pressure on that Zarya. Blockboy coming from behind is going to be looking for a very, very big Blossom here. Let's see what he can do. Not enough to get out, and you mentioned it, right? You called it out early. They're going to want to get Blockboy out early before he can pop that Blossom, and that's exactly what they did. WoW Classic able to get back on point. Frozen Phoenix finding a ton of value here early on the Sojourn. One of the strongest heroes in the game at the moment with that big one-shot potential, and you can see Frozen Phoenix sitting on that ult here. However, Triplet is going to go out early, and that you hate to see that if you were the Stingrays. Big support value lost there. Let's see what they're able to do. They are able to trade though. Find JR, and I know Frozen Phoenix is itching to press Q and get some value here. Let's see what they're able to do as they kind of stagger around, feel each other out here again, just trying to find some space, find some time for Stingrays, and there it goes. Q is pressed, and they are able to go ahead and put that Immortality feel out early from BBQ. Let's see if they're able to find anything else. Nothing just yet. Barracuda's doing a great job of staying back. We see Blockboy come in with the Blossom, not going to find anything. Good bubble there from Troll to keep them alive. Let's see as they start to push in here. Blockboy goes down, but Control goes down, and that is a trade that you want to see happen if you are Barracudas. Toxic kill going down as well. Barracuda's on the front foot here. However, Stingray's doing well to idle and stay alive, just giving them some space, and that to me is a sign of great discipline by the kids. You like to see that so early, knowing when the fight is lost and just pushing back, trying to get their tank back into the fight, trying to just find some value here. BBQ getting hurt real early here in this fight, but is able to pick themselves up. Troll with the grab online here. Let's see what they're able to do. Toxic kill coming back quickly with a beat. It's not going to be online just yet. Big grab. Oh, teams going back and forth, finding trades all over the spot. Beat's going to come out a little bit late, but it may be enough here. Barracuda's holding on to 3 ultimates, and that is going to be tough to manage if you are the Stingrays. Fight going back and forth here. Toxic kill goes out, and that is going to likely end up being fight 1 to Barracudas as they continue to push point here. Ryan, what an insane trade. My goodness.
Yeah, that grab was absolutely incredible, and we did see Toxic drop that beat early as well. I mean, later in the fight as well to really sustain the Stingrays. Helped that a lot, and Troll living on 5 HP, I might add. Don't know how they managed to get out alive, but managed to, and now they're ready. Control does have grab, though. He's going to be looking for just as big as of a grab, and there it is. Frozen Feast going to find Blockboy early, get rid of that. Wonderful Immortality field. Frozen Feast going to find C squared. JR needs to go on the run, but probably won't be able to make it out alive as WoW Classic will find them. And now Frozen Phoenix once again with that Sojourn ultimate ability. WoW Classic going to find BBQ. Troll's going to fall as well. And this is going back and forth, just like you said earlier, Kyler. And this is going to be interesting to see now that we have Stingrays with the Kiriko ultimate and the Sojourn ultimate, Barracudas with Blade, as well as the Baptiste ultimate coming online for this next fight.
Absolutely. Edge to Stingrays so far. They've definitely been the team that has more control here. Again, just doing great to control the objective, finding fights when need be. Shout out to Barracudas, getting the fights in when they can, doing well. We do see Frozen Phoenix pop ult here. Let's see if they're able to get any value. Haven't been able to find anything just as of yet. I know they're going to be looking to shut that blade down as JR gets into the back line and finds Toxic kill. It's going to be huge, but they shut it down. Stingray still on the offensive here, still has the front foot. 2 picks to 1. Let's see what they're able to do. They're giving just a little bit of ground, which is definitely the smarter play here. A great show from the DPS line here of the Stingrays. Frozen Phoenix been doing such a great job here, just charging up, hitting so many right clicks as of so far. Again, just putting the pressure on Stingrays, making them think twice about pushing forward as Triplet finds C squared here. And again, Stingrays stay on the offensive. 30 seconds here for Barracudas to try and get control back into the push. It's going to be tough here. As we can see, again, the Barracudas support line doing everything that they can to keep their team up. But the Stingrays' onslaught and pressure is just so strong as we see them continue to push in here. Troll working towards the graph. It's going to be tough here, though, because even if they win this fight, they cannot lose again. They will have to stay on point. So it's going to be interesting to see Blockboy trying to find the Wraith late in the fight. It's not going to be enough. Stingrays are going to win first round push here, Ryan. Great showing by both teams.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, one thing I really enjoyed watching there was Triplet just able to find those dinks out of nowhere, taking other opponents on the side of Barracudas out of the fight. Controller is going to get this play of the game here, get a nice couple kills here. And this was, I believe, right after the grab happened, going to be able to find this last kill on the Block Boy. And what an incredible map one and pressure from the Stingrays. I mean, wow. They did not slow down, and when they did slow down, it was for them to back up, stabilize Frozen Phoenix, keeping that pressure on so that the Barracudas couldn't push forward, and they just kept that pressure on, and that's what helped them win this first map.
I think that's something that goes really, really far. And that's something that I called out a lot last week as well, is that these teams know when a fight is lost. And that is something that cannot be understated, how important it is to realize that you go down 2 eliminations early in a fight and your Lucio is still alive and is able to speed your team back out just to give you some space, especially in a game mode like push, where losing a fight isn't the end of the world. That
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily mean that the team is going to get an advantage on you or gain ground. So you can just absorb that, back up, allow your team to get together once again, and then initiate the fight once more. The more fights that you have, the better. It's better for the team, it's better for the spectator. We love to see it. And we really saw the Stingrays execute that incredibly well there. Played to perfection on that first map.
Yeah, Stingrays with incredible discipline on that first map. So now let's take a quick look at what our second map will be here. And it does look like our second map is going to be the Eichenwald. Okay, I'm more of a Kings Row fan, but I mean, Eichenwald, nothing wrong with that. We can now see, are the Stingrays going to keep up this really good discipline and stability to continue to keep that pressure on the Barracudas? Or are the Barracudas going to start to adapt better and stop the Stingrays in their swimming tracks?
The battle of nautical animals is on right now. Nautical animals. That didn't really roll off the tongue well, but I just
I
wanted
mean, it
to
works.
get on
Yeah.
your level there, Ryan. Great call out. It was beautiful. No, you're right. Eichenwald is definitely going to be an interesting setup here. I will like to see how the Barracudas can adjust. It's going to be, certainly on this first point here, always a little bit tough for the defenders to hold, especially once you lose that first fight. If the attacker is able to put something together and just get through. And I think where the Stingrays are really going to thrive here, if anything, based off that first map, is as soon as they take first cart and start to push. So going to be tough for the Barracudas to adjust, but they will have something to look forward to here. Again, I think the most important thing for them is to just win the first fight. Just give yourself some ground to stand on.
Yeah.
Just look forward to trying to gain some momentum and see what you can do from there. But it's going to be interesting to see. Be a really great matchup here. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it too, and I think Eichenwald's a really good map for JR to stay on that Genji as well and get that pressure, especially second point Eichenwald. Obviously, they don't want to go to second point here, but it would be ideal for JR to really work with that Genji on that second point, as we are going to be getting into map number 2 of the Stingrays versus the Barracudas series here, and I'm looking forward to seeing what JR can do as we come into this next map.
I mean, he had great discipline as that Genji last game. Found a lot of value out of the blade, even when he wasn't necessarily nanoed. And so that just shows you that the mechanical ability is there. The game sense is also in place, and that guy is going to get you value when JR is on Genji. So I imagine we saw JR playing Genji a ton last week. I don't expect that to change. Like you said, here you've got so much elevation. You've got it's almost like a playground for Genji.
Yeah.
Just able to really utilize so much of this high ground in so much of the environment and terrain here. So it'll be fun to watch. We see Frozen Phoenix locking in that Widowmaker early into this game as well. That would be incredible to watch. We saw so much ability last week from the hit scan DPS players. So it's going to be big here. Block Boy as well, going on to that soldier early. Looks like Barracudas again not straying too far from really what we would consider the meta comp. Again, we see that Zarya coming out early, the Lucio as well. Just such high pick rates right now, understandably so. So it's going to be a really big push here for Barracudas early. Let's see what Stingrays are able to do. WoW Classic still not locked in on a character so far. Interesting technique. Let's see what they do. And the Bastion is coming out. I love to see it, Ryan.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with Bastion here, but there is something wrong here. Control out of mech, but read the backlines. Hold up. Control no fear there.
God.
does fall, but Triplet's going to take out BBQ. Control, WoW Classic is now going to be in the fight on that Bastion. Goes into turret form, and is going to find Block Boy. There it is. You love the Bastion players. You love to see it. We do see Toxic Kill is going to get a little harassed by JR here, but they are going to come back into the fight, and Control is on ball here, able to find C² as well as JR. I was not expecting to see ball here, Kyler. What is this? What are we watching right now?
Wait, can we just talk about what happened? It looked like it was a little bit of a scuffed rollout by the Stingrays. I don't think they really intended to initiate that first fight like they did. Control goes down immediately with absolutely no resistance whatsoever, and the Stingrays still managed to hang on and win this fight as Control goes over to the ball and is able to regain, get back on point. We see WoW Classic here really getting some effectiveness out of the Bastion, who's just been reintroduced to the game after being absolutely deleted and forgotten about for a little bit. We see the Kitsune Rush come out early here from Triplet, who just gets ult so fast. WoW Classic laying it on with this Bastion. Frozen Phoenix able to find BBQ. And Stingrays are absolutely laying it on right now. What is going on here, Ryan?
I don't even know. This is the type of stuff you like to see, Kyler. Nowhere near meta whatsoever other than the support line. We got the Bastion, we got Widowmaker, and we got Wrecking Ball. There's nothing else you want to see in this game right now other than this weird composition that is working, I might add. Working really, really well. And we do see Troll's going to switch over to D.Va here instead of the Zarya, but we do have Mines, which are going to be used, as well as WoW Classic. Going to use that ultimate. Might find someone, is going to find Block Boy. Lamp is used by Barracudas, falling really low. That beat may be needed. Frozen Phoenix is behind Barracudas right now? Wait! Frozen Phoenix!
This is the most non-linear game of Overwatch I think I may have ever watched in my entire life. Everybody is all over the place. It is chaos, and this is what the devs had in mind when Overwatch 2 is introduced. They said 5v5. They said they don't want anything to make sense, and we are seeing that right now. Blockboy able to put down Frozen Phoenix there into that fight. Barracuda's trying to take this fight onto point, doing a great job so far of trying to control. No trades just yet happening. Everybody back and forth as we see WoW Classic just pouring out damage in Sentry mode with this Bastion, finding so much value here, and it's looking like Stingrays are gonna come out on top. Not too many ults online for Stingrays at the moment. Frozen Phoenix does have vision with Widow. We see Barracudas here holding window as well as visor here. That's going to need to get them some value in this last fight. Last 60 seconds here for the Barracudas to put something together. You do not want to see a late pick here. They just need to regroup, get back onto this point, and try to make something happen. Let's see what they're able to do here. Stingrays taking the pressure on. Kitsune Rush now available, as well as Wrecking Ball's ultimate with the Mines. We'll be able to zone off a ton of space. Bomb online here for Troll as well. I don't know how much value they'll be able to find with that, considering how well Stingrays have been able to adjust to their fights here. We do see the Kitsune Rush go out here, and we see WoW Classic roll through, and that is a scary sight. Look at that damage, folks. So fast, oh my gosh. Oh, but Barracudas are doing a great job of sustaining and just trying to survive here. 18 seconds though. Triplet finds C² as Triplet does. Puts 2 down. It is just mowing through. We see the visor come out, but I think it's going to be too little, too late. 5 seconds now for Barracudas. We see JR in the back line trying to get onto point, but it is going to be tough. Frozen Phoenix putting them down, and that is going to be a dominant showing by Stingrays. Hard hold, Eichenwald, round 1.
Yeah, and I don't even know what to say there, Kyler. I mean, you have Triplet hitting headshots, Frozen Phoenix in the back lines of the Barracudas, and then you have Control, who was on D.Va, and then goes the ball, okay? And then you also have WoW Classic on Bastion. This entire Stingrays team running something completely different and making it work. Everyone on the Stingrays doing their part. Barracudas not quite going to use their ultimates in time, though, on that last fight. And I think that's what bit them there, is that the Barracudas, they just used ults after the Stingrays. That Kitsune Rush was used from Triplet, and then they just weren't able to keep up the pace, which caused the Barracudas to back out, and we saw that, and that's when Triplet got that nice double dink kill, and unfortunately Barracuda just weren't able to recover after that. But we are going to see something interesting from both teams here. A Reinhardt from Barracudas, as well as the Mei. All right, and then Stingrays bringing out the Mercy, potentially, with the Winston. This could be very interesting for both teams here, not running anything close to the meta.
I'm absolutely loving the vibes of this pick. Yeah, no, and you said it. The Stingrays are just doing a great job to just maintain momentum and stay on the front foot here. I was really encouraged by the Barracudas' first fight. They had the advantage. Again, they put out control so early. And what did I say going into this? First fight is going to be imperative. So now they're really playing from the back foot. All Stingrays need is one tick, and they're playing this Winston right now. That is a very, very strong pick as he gets immediately into the back line, is putting pressure on BBQ. But control goes down early there. And the May finding some value. Frozen Phoenix stuck a little bit in the rooftops. The rollout was not working. However, WoW Classic is able to find a pick. And now Frozen Phoenix has sightlines. It's going to try to make value. Stingray's doing a great job here of getting their way to point. JR, though, finding WoW Classic. However, as Toxic Kill isn't able to find the res. Barracudas finding picks, though. Frozen Phoenix in a tough spot. Likely going to go down here, and there they go. Barracuda's doing a great job and end up winning this first fight here, Ryan.
Yeah, and you know, one thing I want to quickly say is Triplet was sitting on that mini in the backlines for probably about 10, 15 seconds. And no one going after Triplet, just having the time of their life back there. JR, we do see on Sojourn now, though, which I meant to say earlier, which has proven to be really good. We do see Troll switch over to Sigma instead of Reinhardt here as well. But Control going to Hog. We love to see the Hog. The hooks are going to go crazy. Frozen Phoenix going to look for a kill. Not quite going to find it, though. And the Hog, going to find Block Boy with the help of WoW Classic pocketed. And this is a great intro pick for the Stingrays to go forward.
Man, and Triplet just pushes the pace so hard. JR, though, finding the big pick under Control. That's going to be enough to maybe buy them some room. However, WoW Classic shuts JR down. Troll's able to find Toxic Kill. It's going to be a big pick here. WoW Classic, though, just absolutely mowing down, doing so much damage. And that might be it right there. That certainly is. Stingrays are going to be able to put this first round away. Such strong play, or rather that second map there. Such strong play there, done so well, executed beautifully. Barracudas seem to have enough. However, Triplet again, like I was saying, pushing the pace, really playing from the front line here, and again just putting pressure on, able to find damage in so many different ways, and truly that is one of side of your tank, out of your DPS line that can find damage and find value in different ways other than just sustaining your team. This is what happens, right? You just have to look out for so many more angles, and Triplet really, really knows how to exploit those.
Yeah, Triplet really did a great job controlling that pace. Normally that's the job of the Lucio, but we see Triplet doing a phenomenal job having that Katsuni rush basically every other fight and just controlling that tempo, controlling the pace, and of course doing their own work of finding the kills. I mean, I don't think Triplet has got a single kill that wasn't a headshot yet, Tyler. Triplet is just doing what needs to be done. And if you want to see more of what needs to be done, just like Triplet finding these headshots, then be sure to go check us out on our socials at Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at Shen U Esports. Be sure to check that out. And of course, if you want to check us out more live, be sure to check us out on Twitch and on YouTube at Shenandoah Esports. Make sure the Doa and the U are different. I always mess that up. So there you go there. Make sure you go check us out there to see more of this amazing gameplay, because this is just the start of what we're going to see. Because, of course, the one thing that everyone wants to see, unless, of course, you are the Stingrays, is to see the reverse sweep. This will be good, and really, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I mean, Stingrays have looked super strong as of right now. So I know Barracudas are looking to just try and get one back. It's going to be one fight at a time here for them. So let's see what they can do. Stingrays rolling in with some strong momentum into this next map that could end up being the decider for the series. Again, we're going to need to see Barracudas step it up just a little bit. They're finding value. They're able to get picks on Control. They're really able to put a lot of pressure on the front line when they coalesce, when they concentrate, when they get some value there. However, they're just not doing enough to push the pace back at the Stingrays just yet, which again is a testament to the Stingrays. A lot easier said than done from the sidelines where I sit as a bronze 1 player. All right, it's tough to say, right? I get it. All right, but at this point, something's got to happen to try and maintain the series, like you said, to try and initiate the reverse sweep. If you can find one, we've seen it happen so many times. You can find two more after that as well. So gonna be looking for the Barracudas to push back into this on this third map here.
Yeah, And one thing I also want to say is be sure to check out Esports Towers socials, of course, because they are the amazing people running this event here, running and helping to get these teams and these players where they want to be for collegiate, mostly getting those scholarships. So be sure to go check out Esports Tower, show them some love, give them some great appreciation. That's going to be at Esports Tower. So be sure to go check them out as well. But now that that is done, let's take a quick look at what our third and potentially final map could be for Esports Tower. We got Circuit
Royale.
Can you play the piano?
Boy, how do you? I cannot. I'm not that talented, nor am I that talented in real life. However, Circuit Royale, I'm very interested to see. Again, one of the newer maps here in Overwatch 2. Again, we see a lot of elevation here as you kind of come around the curve towards that first point. A really, really long rollout here from first spawn as well. So something that you could see a lot of teams like to try to push, maybe get a couple fights out of this first push on the cart. Something I'll be really interested to see here. Ryan, you give me your opinions on this map, man. What are you thinking? I think it's going to be a tough call for Barracudas. I think if you see Circuit Royale third and you're the Barracudas, you're not stoked.
Yeah. Yeah, and Circuit, it's one of those maps where it's, especially for second point, once you get that first point, getting through, normally a pick, maybe 2 picks will get you that first point relatively easily, especially if you can find a stagger later on. Then the enemy team cannot come in and sort of take that map away from you, or that point away. But if you get point 1 for Circuit, point 2 on attack is hard momentum. You must keep going with whatever you are with. If you're down 4 players, you still have to keep going, because that second point is gruesome if you get held there. And I haven't seen many teams, if any, actually succeed getting second point on Circuit if you get held there just once. It's so difficult, especially going uphill. Your opposing team automatically has high ground control. It's extremely difficult to get really where you want to be. So it will be interesting to see how both Stingrays and Barracudas really take this map if we do get to second point on Circuit here, as it does look like we are actually getting into Circuit. Once again, Barracudas versus the Stingrays for map number 3 of this series.
Yeah, it's going to be, again, really interesting to see how each team decides to roll out here. We've seen everything so far. Teams playing really off-kilter. We saw the SIG come out last game at the end of Eichenwald. We saw the ball come out as well. D.Va, really everything. There's nothing that's off the table at this point, is what I would say. Yeah. So I can't say what will truly be the prediction. We see WoW Classic, again, lining up early on the Bastion. So let's see kind of how they start to initiate this. You really said it, man. As teams get caught on that first to second point push, so many different flanking lines. Like you said, defending team automatically has high ground. So it's going to be a really tough ask here for any team that is on the attacking spot, especially with both teams, again, just playing so well, finding so much value from each different position here. And something that we haven't seen yet, shockingly so, we see Blockboy line up on the Sombra early, and that is one of the more popular picks in the game against Sombra. So strong right now, just with her ability to hack and the ability for her to just do such incredible damage output with that 40% increase. And this is what we were talking. This is what I was talking about coming into this. We see Stingrays holding at Barracuda spawn. Now, this may look like BM if you're somebody that is looking at the game and you're thinking, wow, they're just spawn trapping them. However, this is a legitimate tactic because they're trying to get as many fights out of the Barracudas as possible here. So even though they may end up losing it, they may compromise some of their positioning. What they do is they force Barracudas to fight here, and they just eat into their time bank. And there we see JR get the pick early, but a control finds the pin onto an invisible block boy. JR puts control down, but the Barracudas are pushing cart and rolling out right now. Stingrays trying to initiate this fight once more, but doing a great job. Again, just eating into some time. Barracuda's doing just enough here. We see Blockboy get the hack onto Frozen Phoenix. Let's see if they're able to do it, but Triplet with the step over to Frozen Phoenix and the save finds the pick. And now if you're the Stingrays, you're in a tough, or if you're the Barracudas, you're in a tough spot here with Stingrays on both sides of you swarming in. How are the Barracudas going to maintain? We see the Immortality Field come down. Done well, but WoW Classic melts it immediately. JR finds Triplet. That's going to be big for them. They're not able to keep JR up though, as WoW Classic finds the pick here again, just trying to do whatever they can to survive here, but Stingrays have regained and are again taking time once more. We do see Troll on that Sig once more. However, BBQ as well, switching over to that Zen, finding the pick from Frozen Phoenix, finding them right back. Let's see what they are able to do here. Again, both teams just trying to sustain. We see the big shield come out from Frozen Phoenix here now on that Sim, able to take up space. Frozen Phoenix and the Stingrays doing such a great job. And this is what I was talking about coming into this. Again, just taking up time, fighting through the time bank, and doing what you can to just take space and be a nuisance. Stingrays doing a really, really great job here. Barracudas now trying to regain. Window goes down a little far, and WoW Classic finds C-Squared. Kitsune Rush comes out here, and the Stingrays smell blood in the water and are just taking advantage. Run through. That is going to be a one fight. Now under 2 minutes for the Barracudas here, Ryan.
Yeah, and the Stingrays, you know, like you said, being a nuisance. The Stingray's entire composition is nuisance. JR is going to fall, though. That may have shown Controller. No, not Control. Gonna go in and actually pin someone in to their team. Is gonna get a nice shatter headshot on the block boy. I love seeing the headshot animations there. Frozen Phoenix gonna find BBQ. WoW Classic is gonna fall down to JR. Frozen Phoenix kind of C-Squared. The pin comes on to Troll. Is he gonna get out alive? No. Control gonna be able to take out Troll here. And there it is. Stingrays. A dominant performance there. Toxic does get taken out early that fight, but did not expose Control enough to where Control is able to do some really cool things here. And now we see the Stingrays on top of the Barracuda squad and Control getting away with a kill.
You gotta feel bad for Block Boy. He's had about 3 deaths here that are just so unlucky. Tough to happen when you don't have that Sombra in. It's really rough. We see Block Boy coming up on what would be his first EMP of the game in Triplet. Again, I mean, just what can you say? Leading by example, really driving this Stingrays team. Control also doing such a great job on this Ryan, really providing just a beefy presence for the Stingrays, doing so much here. Barracudas, if you're coming in, you've got 2 of the most powerful ults in the game at the moment. You've got EMP and you've got Trance for defense if needed. Let's see how they're able to weather it. We do see the Kitsune Rush now online for Stingrays, and that is a very scary sight. Big rock there to go ahead and cancel the charge there.
No,
and Block Boy isn't able to get the EMP off. I'm so sick for them, Ryan. Oh my god.
No. Brutal. And poor Troll just trying to get into spawn now. And this is just domination from the Stingrays. This poor Block Boy just not having a fun time, trying to do everything they can, trying to get that EMP off, but it's just going to get hammered down quite literally and not able to take that EMP out. And that is just Stingrays with a clean, full hold on the Barracudas. Tyler, what do you think the Barracudas need to do here to take this map, to really defend it?
Man, that's a $1 million question right now, Ryan. The Stingrays have just continuously, just throughout this game, looked so dominant, and really at this point, all they need is one fight to really wrap this series up. I can't see them not getting it at this point. If I'm the Barracudas, it's tough to come back from a position like this, right, where you're just coming off the back of a map 2 loss that was pretty tough, and now the Barracudas or the Stingrays have once more put a pretty hard hold on to you here. So you know, it's a tall task to ask them to really be as defensive as they need to be here. So it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, what you really want to try to do is just get as much value out of your DPS line as possible. We've seen JR on the Sojourn last round specifically hitting some shots, doing what they can to get set up. If you're the Barracudas, you would have loved to see that EMP hit, but that's just what happens when you have an active tank. You have an active team there from the Stingrays. You know, running into the middle of the team wasn't going to be enough. They were just able to put it down before the EMP got off, and that's just a killer in that really lost the fight. As we see Stingrays roll out onto the right side and just initiate fight here early. Control taking some early damage. Barracuda's doing enough to weather the storm, but we see the TP go down, and the team just rolls right in. Control finds Troll. Frozen Phoenix puts the immortality field on, and now Barracuda's doing what they can to try and just regain Control, going for another pick, canceling the charge really, really well here, and this is going to be brutal. So much space for the Stingrays. And who else but Triplet finds JR, one of the standout performers for the Barracudas. Stingrays putting the pressure on early. Barracudas maybe have one more fight here. Let's see what they're able to do. Black Boy and WoW Classic, not sure what was going on right there. Just having a little standoff, a little get-together there. C-Squared coming back to contest the point, but it's going to be a tall task for the Barracudas. Let's see what they can do. Frozen Phoenix finding value.
No.
And that's going to be it for this series. Stingrays in dominant fashion on maps 2 and 3, finding the win. Congratulations to them. GG's to the Barracudas. Unlucky showing today, but the Stingrays just had all the answers tonight, Ryan.
Yeah, the Stingrays doing a phenomenal job, and Frozen Phoenix with these TPs. I mean, wow. Just really just giving the Stingrays the access they needed to go into the enemy team or run away, because the Barracudas didn't ever take out that teleporter. And that just gave so much freedom to Stingrays to go in and out and over and under and diagonal, whatever you want to say. Just the Stingrays were able to do whatever they wanted to do there. And the Barracudas were just struggling to keep up the pace. And I think that was the biggest sort of thing that the Stingrays just had an advantage on, is that the Barracuda is just not quite able to match that tempo. And unfortunately, that's what ended up causing the Stingrays to take all 3 maps relatively dominantly, Kyler.
Yeah, no, I mean, you said it early on where the Stingrays were more active in their ult usage, and I think that ended up bleeding into their ability usage as well. I mean, you said it, Frozen Phoenix on that sim. When you run into teams like that are really strong mechanically and just have great discipline, sometimes what they'll do is they'll throw those off-kilter positioning and comps at you, and that's what we saw there. We saw the teleporter pulled out from the sim to get on top of spawn, and that's something that you just have such a hard time adjusting to when you haven't prepared for. Understandably so by the Barracudas. I'll be real, I didn't even know you could go on top of spawn up there from the Stingrays perspective, so I wouldn't have known how to handle it either. So Stingrays just did such a great job of just staying active, using their abilities, being disciplined, and really just relying on their mechanics to win them that game. So again, very, very well played to them. Very strong showing here by the Stingrays.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see if you are on the Stingrays. And that is going to wrap it up for series number 1 of the Esports Tower Rumble. But do not go anywhere, because Kyler and I will be back in just a couple minutes here, and we will be calling all the action for the next game. 2 land animals, 1 extinct, 1 that travels in packs, the Mammoths versus the Wolves. And we will be back to call all that action in just a couple minutes.
You want to rank up in Overwatch or Valorant? Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. We'll match you with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up.
Hello and welcome back to the Esports Tower Rumble. We are here casting from the Shenandoah University Esports Arena. But before we talk any more about this amazing series that we have going, we do want to congratulate all of the Esports Tower Club members who have graduated from the clubs and have been offered scholarships across the country. Over the last 3 months, Esports Tower Club members have received over $3.9 million in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but worked hard academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. The players on this list are talented, hardworking, and driven, and we cannot be more excited and more proud to see all the opportunities that these players are getting that are given by Esports Tower. Truly an amazing thing that Esports Tower is doing here. A major thank you to them for giving all of these players such an amazing opportunity and offer them so much money to get to college and get to universities that some kids just don't have that opportunity. So thank you so much, Esports Tower, for everything that you do. And now that we have thanked our wonderful Esports Tower friends, we can get into the second series of the Esports Tower Rumble. Kyler, we have the Mammoths versus the Wolves. How are you feeling?
I'm stoked, man. I love these team names too. This is gonna be we went from the Battle of the Ocean to the Battle of the Land, and so it's gonna be great again to see some of these standout performers from last week move into here, maybe on some different rosters, shuffle some things up a little bit, see how they can adjust. Gonna be a lot of fun to get into. So I'm ready to move into map one, man. I hope these kids are ready.
Yeah, and it does look like we already have the map for map number 1, so let's take a quick look at that. These players are on top of things today, Kyler, and we got Control up first. The one, the only, Busan. I've actually always wanted to go to Busan. It's a very pretty place out of what I've heard. But I'm looking forward to this. Control is the first map, which means we're going to see something different out of what we saw in the first series, because we saw Escort, Push, and Hybrid. So now we get to see Control first, and I'm interested to see how these two teams are going to go about playing this. Are we going to see more meta again, or are we going to see the Bastion and the Ball again? You know what I mean, Kyler?
Oh, I love it. Hey, and shameless plug here. Hang around Dr. Joey G, and maybe you'll get to go to Busan, because I know he was just there not too long ago himself. So with that being said, Busan, yeah, like you said, we didn't get to see Control earlier, so it's going to be great. I'd really be interested to see how both these teams can kind of adjust and move in. I imagine as both these teams kind of start to get adjusted to one another, we'll likely see comps that likely go a little bit more in favor of the meta, just so players can be a little bit more comfortable. However, you never know. Again, we saw these kids come out on a whole ton of different things, so they may end up sticking to their comfort picks. Who knows? I mean, we're just speculating at this point again, but Control is going to be a great game mode to really allow these teams to test one another out. Again, not a game mode that we got to see in the last series, so something that they'll be able to go ahead and kind of move along with and start to proceed from here. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of open sight lines on Busan, a lot of potential for some high tier gameplay. But I mean, I wouldn't expect anything else, man. This is an esports tower stream, all right? We know what we're getting into here, so this is going to be great.
We are getting into something, and let me tell you what that is. That'll be the map. We are getting into the map. That was a little rough, but it's okay. We're getting into the maps. The Mammoths versus the Wolves. Whichever team you decide to go to, I think both are extremely powerful animals, actually, aren't they? Mammoths with the tusk and the wolves normally travel in packs, making them really Anyways, back into the Busan map here. Mammoths versus the Wolves. I am ready. I am hyped, and I am going to howl if the Wolves win this. So that's going to be rough. So, Kyler.
These esports streams are turning into nature documentaries, and I, for one, am all for it. It is going to be great moving in as we see both teams actually already off the jump going with the Reinhardt. We see Frozen Phoenix making their return onto the Mammoths, along with C-Squared and Control and WoW Classic. Oh, and Toxic Kill. What is going on? Oh, you know what? I think that we just have
the rosters
names
have
from
been
last
switched.
time. We will see as as we start to see moving in here. Again, we see both teams mirroring with the Reinhardt's going to be really big here. As we see Troll come out, or I'm going to call him Troll. As we see the Wolves, Reinhardt run out here and already get to 40%, and that's a big immortality field that is laid out as well. Again, we see the Mammoths, Reinhardt running through, finding value here, and the Mammoths are doing so well to just get out. And that's what I like so much about this mecha base, Ryan, is that you just see both teams literally run out of spawn and right into each other and just collapse, and it's just beef right away. Back in the good old days of GOAT's Overwatch, you would see a speed boost from spawn right onto that location where teams just fought, and whoever was the last one standing would win. And that is what we just saw right there. Mammoths rolled out really, really well. The Mei pick is super interesting. However, I think is really valuable here on mecha base, because as you can see, both teams are really vying for this doorway here. You see the wall go out. However, Mammoths aren't able to find a ton of value here. Reaper for the Mammoths going down early there. Just kind of pushing back in. And we see 4K from the Mammoths. That is going to be really, really big there. Triplet just hanging out on this back line. Mammoths retain control of point. That's going to be 30% to Mammoths early on here, looking very, very strong. It looks like they're fighting up by spawn here. Again, just trying to really control. And that triplets. Is brutal. Oh, you hate to die to that. Great charge there by the Mammoths again, and that's what you see here on Mecha Base. A lot of fighting around these doorways, and that's why this Mei and Reaper works so well in conjunction with one another, because they force you to play into them. As we see the Blizzard come out early here, and we're gonna see the Mammoths roll on in, and this is gonna be tough to survive through. So much value, so many ults still online here for both teams. Really, we see the Wolves are coming up on about 4, Mammoths rolling up on about the same. Mammoths Reaper here going to be lurking, trying to find this Blossom, and the wall goes out early, and let's see if they're able to do anything with it. Nothing yet. Tough positioning here. They're going to see a Mei go down. Big shatter here. We got ults going back and forth like crazy. JR, the Genji finds 2. Let's see if they're able to find 3. Not just yet. They are hunting, and they have found it. That is a big, big push for the Wolves. Beautifully timed shatter there, and really just able to roll out of point. Both teams really dumping ults into each other here, but the Wolves come out on top just in time. 98% to Mammoths. Let's see what the Wolves can do now with this time that they have bought here, Ryan.
Yeah,
big stagger there too.
One thing I want to say here is that Frozen Phoenix was the DPS in the last series, and Control was on tank. So something a little bit interesting to see, but clearly has not made a difference. Frozen Phoenix really showing it up right now, finding a nice shatter, but Troll able to find that 4K earlier, really enabling the Wolves to win that fight. But the Mammoths going aggressive. Troll is going to find C-Square, but WoW Classic with 2. Barbecue and Triplet both supports for Wolves have now fallen. JR going to try and kill everyone else, but WoW Classic going to find Block Boy. There's only one person left. Troll, run! Run, Troll, run! Not going to get alive. Phoenix going to find him. And there it is. Mammoths is not... Gonna maybe cap. There it is. Potentially. There we go. Mammoth's gonna cap 99%. There's only so much the Wolves can do. They have a shatter online. They just need to live. Same with Blossom. The Wolves are gonna try to win this. Barbecue and Triplet are both gonna fall to a massive shatter. Blockboy's gonna find Toxic Kill, but Blockboy is going down and now fall down to Control. Only a few left. The shatter's blocked. Gonna find Jair. There's nothing left. The lamp comes out. C-Square fighting Troll, and round number 1, the Mammoths going dominant.
Frozen Phoenix really showing just an absolute variety in play. What a shield there to save that shatter there at the end. Great play. And I'm sorry, I was confused on the switching of the teams there, but we got it figured out now. Really, really well done by the Mammoths, coming out early and just finding so much value. I love the pick on this Reinhardt. Really just traditional Overwatch play of just running into the other team and just making something happen. Mammoths played so well there. We're really able to manage, and again, just got so much value out of standing in front of the doorways and really funneling Wolves into their play style. Wolves with a late push there to really try and even the odds. So I don't think they're as far back as that last scoreline would indicate. I think that they are just one fight away from really being back in this. So let's see what they do. We see Blockboy come out on this Sombra as they tried to do last time as well. So this will be interesting. However, we do see that WoW Classic is also mirroring Troll with the pick onto control there. That's going to open up a lot here as we see Blockboy getting into the backline, trying to put some damage out early. Troll finds another one onto WoW Classic. Troll finds another 3 to start this off. What a performance by Troll to just open it up here. First point is going to go to Wolves on the back of Troll here, Ryan.
Yeah, Troll really just monkeying around in this game, able to find 3 there, and that was really good to see. I mean, wow, WoW Classic gonna get nice shot from JR there. Troll is gonna try to find Frozen Phoenix here on the Doomfist, which is kind of interesting to see here. Troll not giving it up yet, gonna try to find it. Both these tanks do a very little damage, Kyler, and it's just, we see both of the tanks not really able to kill each other, but Troll will fall, Toxic Kill will follow. It is even for both teams as we approach this next fight here.
Running Doomfist into a Sombra is incredibly brave, but I respect it by Troll so much. Just when you anticipate Sombra just shutting you down at every front, but we see Frozen Phoenix getting in, moving well, finding triplet there. The backline finds another, but JR here, strong hold on this point, finds 3 to really seal it up here for the Wolves on that fight here on point. We see Wolves again just trying to regain, find some ground here. Let's see what they can do. We see Frozen Phoenix as well earlier in the game here, switched onto the Doomfist as well. So it's good, or rather, Troll switching onto the Doomfist as well. Again, both teams, or both tanks, really not fearing the Sombra here, because Sombra is somebody who will make your life not a lot of fun as a Doomfist player. As you can see right there, hacks going out all over the places onto Doomfist. We see Frozen Phoenix holding onto his ult, but Doomfist's ult at this point is more so of an escape tactic. We see somebody from the Mammoths chilling out on point, maybe able to flip point here, not going to be enough, as we see Mammoths get back on a point. Who else but Triplet, finding another pick onto control. Mammoths do end up flipping point here. We're just going to be big for them. And there's the hack as soon as you dive in as Doomfist. Frozen Phoenix getting put down here. Oh, getting a lot of damage put down on them, rather. But they regain and they find JR. Put that ult away, shut it down. The Kitsune Rush isn't able to find much. However, Triplet is able to put Frozen Phoenix down. As C-Squared is holding onto the Coalescence here. Probably just waiting for the Wolves to get, or Mammoths to get a little bit deeper here. And there goes that Coalescence. Control putting down Barbecue. WoW Classic putting Troll down, and Mammoths doing just a good job of just maintaining, holding on point here. However, look at that ult bank for the Wolves. They're going to be coming back in here with a vengeance. Let's see if Blockboy's able to get anything off of the EMP as they start to roll in here, Ryan.
Yeah, and Toxic Kill gonna really make or break this fight, trying to build that barrier as fast as they can. They are gonna find Troll, which is really good here. JR is going to try and look for this overclock. It does look like soon. But oh no! Frozen Phoenix not going to be forgiving to JR. WoW Classic going to finish that off. Toxic Kill going to find his counterpart there and kill Barbecue, or BBQ. BBQ there. And I'm sure it's Barbecue, right? Blockboy does still have this.
I extrapolated that last week as well. Very valid.
Yeah, exactly, you know. But Mammoths, 0-72 here, building up their ult banks. They now have 2 ultimates here. Wolves still holding on to 4. Are going to be having Triplet on this 5th ultimate here really, really soon. And WoW Classic may be trying to look for this Bastion ult really soon, try to find someone pretty early into this fight. JR not quite going to find Frozen Phoenix, but Control will find Blockboy in the Sombra duel. And now it is getting really close for Wolves. They need to start using ults. The overclock does come out, as well as the sound barrier. And this is what they want to see here. The sound barrier does come out from Toxic Kill. And oh, the hack onto BBQ. Troll's going to find WoW Classic, which is really good for Wolves to engage here. JR's going to find Toxic Kill, and this is exactly what Wolves want coming in to this potentially last fight.
Yeah, Wolves really taking advantage and making it happen. JR so strong on this Sojourn, finding so much value. Really one of the standout performers of these two series so far. Maybe some connection issues for Blockboy that didn't allow them to get out to point right away. But we see Wolves on point here. Let's see if they're able to shut it down and get this round. As we see Control get on, but get melted right away. Great discipline there by the Wolves. They might be able to get this thing done, and it's looking like they will without the use of the EMP as well. There it goes there, and that will secure things there. Wolves evening up this round score here on Busan, and it is looking good for both teams right now. I mean, honestly, Wolves held on to those 4 ults for a long time, Ryan, and the fact that they were able to still maintain and win through that, I mean, that just shows incredible, really resilience there on part of the Wolves. Again, JR getting a ton of value there on the Sojourn, really shoring things up there as it came down to the stretch. So let's see if they're able to do the same thing. We see Troll locking in that Zarya early here. Going to be a pretty strong pick. See if Frozen Phoenix continues with the Doom. I didn't think that they were too bad, but they are going to go ahead and switch over to the Winston, as we say. And we see WoW Classic roll onto the Reaper as well. Pretty meta pick here for the Mammoths, all things considered. Same thing for the Wolves, not straying too far from the path. Really, we see the Zarya, we see the Lucio, we see the Kiriko. Again, all very, very strong heroes right now in this current iteration of Overwatch 2. So let's see what these teams are able to do as they roll out here and initiate this first fight. Toxic Kill finding Blockboy, and that is going to open up the floodgate. C-Squared is going to find BBQ. WoW Classic finding JR, and the Mammoths rolling out strong onto this first point. Trolls just going to let themselves go down, and that is going to be first fight 1, point secured, 2 Mammoths here, Ryan.
Yeah, Mammoths not giving up the fight here, and that was incredible. I mean, C-Square, Toxic Hill, and WoW Classic able to find someone in that fight. Frozen Phoenix going to force the cleanse out from the Wolves relatively early, and the Wolves may just want to back up here and stabilize so that they can get out, but oh no, Blockboy not able to get out, and that is a major kill. The Wolves are probably going to lose 10 seconds here, but Frozen Phoenix is thirsty for blood, not going to give it up quite yet. Definitely wants to go get that Lucio, but is going to run away here. Troll's going to find Toxic Kill, though, and that is a massive... JR is going to fight WoW Classic. This is exactly what Wolves want to take this fight.
Look, JR playing so well right now, just getting so much value out of this Sojourn. Yeah, and that Lucio going down early is a killer. JR rotating around a point here, buying some time back, getting the cap in early here. We see Frozen Phoenix pop the Primal. Honestly, though, I'm not sure it's going to make too much of a difference, though, with the point here now to the Wolves. Let's see what they're able to do. JR finding another one. Troll rotating the point as well here. That Monkey, a really good pick here against the Zarya, just because you're able to discipline yourself so well there. And Zarya has trouble finding value with the beam through that bubble. Frozen Phoenix finding triplets, so that's going to be another big pick for Mammoths. Again, both teams just kind of sustaining here. Let's see whoever is able to get the next pick likely will win, and we see C-Squared find Blockboy. That's going to be a tough one, and there goes Troll as well. Point flipping back in favor of the Mammoths. Ults going online for both teams here. We see JR with the overclock. We see Troll with the grab. That's going to be 2 big ones right there. BBQ holding on to that beat as well with their counterpart as well. Toxic Kill holding on to theirs. So going to be back and forth a ton. Kitsune Rush online as well. Control just has to get out of there with the pressure from BBQ. There goes the hack. There goes the overclock. Let's see. We are now making things happen. JR finding Toxic Kill early. Frozen Phoenix getting in, but getting hacked for his efforts. JR all over the kill feed, finding picks everywhere. This guy is an absolute monster right now, just finding so much value in this Sojourn. JR has turned it on, Ryan.
Yeah, JR, no forgiveness there, finding not 1, not 2, but 3, and that is what you want to see if you are the Wolves there. The Kitsune Rush is going to come out from Triplet, and we've seen some great things from Triplet here. Definitely needs to get out and does. The beat comes out as well from Wolves. Mammoth's going to be using this Coalescence, try to engage here. WoW Classic coming up on this Death Blossom. That might be coming out here to really try to win this fight. Triplet needs to run away from Frozen Phoenix and does. The hack comes out though. Troll's going to find Frozen Phoenix, and this is what the Wolves want here. And this just 1 Reaper left. The Reaper is used Wraith, and the Blossom comes out. WoW Classic finding 2. And this could be it for the Wolves. But Triplet is going to find WoW Classic. It is even. Both teams down to just a couple players left. Troll trying to live, forces out Control, and the Mammoth still holding on to this point, though, as the Primal Rage does come out and does kill JR.
Yeah, and that's going to be tough. That's the value that you wanted out of that Primal Rage, maybe a little bit more, but we see the Wolves getting back on a point here. This could be it. This EMP is going to need to find something. Block Boy, as you can see, trying to line it up. This could be the chance right here, and they do it as well in conjunction with the grab. WoW Classic is still able to find BBQ as we see them hanging out on point here. We'll see the hat go down as soon as this Wraith wears off. That's going to be point back to Wolves on this deciding Busan round. What a fight there by Wolves to sustain through that fight. Surely it seemed like it was lost, but great play, great discipline there. The grab comes down with the EMP on top of it to shore it up. Very, very well done by the Wolves. But if you're the Mammoths, all you need is one fight. As we see Frozen Phoenix now on the ball as well, going to cause a lot of havoc here onto this first point. However, again, very bold, running it into a Sombra, who's typically Ball's kryptonite. Let's see what they're able to do. JR's got this overclock up, and JR does what JR has been doing. Finds two. Just an absolute menace. Gonna likely find 3 here as Reaper goes down as well. BBQ shoring it up. Wolves looking to take this map as well. That is going to be it, Ryan. My goodness, what a performance by them to shore it up. Oh my God, JR. Great play there on this Sojourn. Can't be said enough.
There is nothing else to say. JR doing a phenomenal job there, finding headshots after headshots, and Troll will get the play of the game from this nasty shatter, the 4 map afterwards, and is just phenomenal. We do see JR also getting the kills here, just doing a great job on the Genji, on the Sojourn. Doesn't matter what hero you have JR on, just doing a phenomenal job annihilating the enemy team there, finding the headshots, finding the dash resets, whatever it may be. JR doing their part, Tyler.
So Sojourn, just such a strong hero right now, especially at higher levels of the game when you have players like JR that can just really utilize her kit so well. As soon as that railgun gets charged up, just an absolute menace out on the field with her ability to slide and jump, get high ground, get out of the fight, disengage, engage, zone the other team off with her E. So many different ways to play Sojourn, and that's what you see JR utilize there. As soon as that railgun gets charged up to 100, you got to clear the battlefield because one of your teammates is going to die. It just happens every single time. JR, great play there. Again, my standout performer from that first map. Going to be exciting to see how they do going into this next round as well here, Ryan.
Yeah, and the next round will be Escort. So let's take a quick look to see at what map we will be casting here, calling out all the action. It will be Havana. It has been quite some time since I have seen that map, Kyler, in any esports competition. This is Sniper Central. We're probably going to see some Widow. We're going to see some Sojourn. We're going to see some other hit scan heroes. I am looking forward to seeing what these teams pull out. We may still see the Genji, don't get me wrong, but this is definitely Sniper heaven, and it will be interesting to see what these two teams decide to do, what their comps are going to be. Maybe we'll see Bastion again. I don't know, but I am looking forward to seeing what these teams pick. What about you, Kyler?
Yeah, you and I both, man. Havana again. We have one of those maps that you really just miss, and you just love to see back into the map pool here. You said it, man. This first push here, right outside of spawn, with the cart is just so dangerous for a Hanzo, for a Widowmaker to find so much value in, and now a Sojourn as well with the one-shot capability. So one of the things that we saw, however, on the last series as well, was that high push that we saw, that high hold on the spawn, which is possible here on Havana as well with that gas station right outside of spawn. We've seen it happen before. And again, really the name of the game at this level of Overwatch is just how much time you can take from the other team, because that is something that will go such a long way. Being able to force fights, make them play from spawn, and buy yourself 30 seconds to a minute if possible. And so we may end up seeing one of the teams do this. However, traditionally what we'll see again is playing around that corner on first point, allowing them to come down and see if you can kind of contest cart up until then. So gonna be really interesting to see how they play it out here. I love how Havana plays, and I'm really interested to see how these kids can adjust to it here, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And speaking of these kids, they are on top of things. We are already in this next map. Once again, the Mammoths versus the Wolves. Wolves already up 1 map in the series of this best of 5 series here. And this is going to be a good one here as the players will now figure out, what are we going to be seeing? We're going to be seeing some Widowmaker. We're going to be seeing what we exactly expect to see going forward here. And it does look like, yeah, there it is, Frozen Phoenix on the Widowmaker,
Yep.
WoW Classic on the Sojourn. So I believe the Mammoths will be on the defense here. And we do see the Genji from JR. Pretty reasonable. I expected that to see. Triplet on Kiriko, we love to see it. Troll on the Reinhardt, going to be running very brawly here against this this more sniper-dependent composition from the Mammoths. So definitely in the favor of Wolves, but they need to be very coordinated in how they want to attack Mammoths here.
Yeah, going to be interested to see how much value Frozen Phoenix is going to be able to get on this Widow. That Rhine shield is going to be tough. Like you said, we got a little bit more of a brawly type of comp here. So Frozen Phoenix is going to have to pick their shots very, very carefully, get the opportunities and take them when they present themselves, which honestly might not be super often. As we can see here, they are holding on the other side of the gas station here, trying to force this fight early. So let's see what they do. Frozen Phoenix, as we can see on the Widowmaker, and again, you can see the shield of that Reinhardt, again, just making things so tough as JR dives in and finds Frozen Phoenix early. Yeah, and that's what's going to be tough. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an early switch here from Frozen Phoenix running out of spawn. Troll just getting so much damage here, getting so much value. There goes the pin onto the Baptiste, and now Sig in a really tough spot, able to get back into spawn there, luckily enough. BBQ putting down control as well. Great first fight here by Wolves, and this is what we see so often, right? These teams fight on top of this gas station again to just take as much time as they possibly can here from the other team, and Wolves executing it to perfection, waving in the face of their enemies here. And this Sig is in a tough spot here. However, WoW Classic putting Triplet down. JR finding control. JR doing a great job of finding some value in this Genji early. Oh, but a fat shatter is gonna do so much here. I certainly thought Troll was bound for death there. Got way too deep in with the pin, but got the shatter so quickly, picked it so well. Great support there from the Wolves to keep Troll up as they dove in deep here. But we see the Mammoths now getting on the front foot. Toxic Hill finding JR.
Troll
2 picks down. Control
crazy.
finding Troll. Yeah, this is going to be enough here. Now, Block Boy getting put down as well. Mammoths now win that fight, start pushing cart, and get some space made for them. As you can see, they start to push forward here, try to get something made for themselves. Wolves are going to have to regain and see what they can do here. Ryan, what a first couple of fights here. Great play. Very promising to see.
Yeah, and that was really good from the Wolves, though, able to take 2 minutes off of that time bank. And it really, just the amount of aggression from Troll here, the terrific Flux is going to come out, but JR is going to find 2 in the backlines with that grab. Fantastic. The pin is going to come out. Troll's going to find Toxic Kill. JR will fall to Frozen Phoenix, though, and JR finally being stopped from that menacing damage that they were doing there. Troll once again in the spawns of the Mammoths here. We do see C-Squared switching over to the Zenyatta. Triplet, there's another critical headshot for you. Triplet doing the job of a Widowmaker, finding the critical headshot, taking him out of the fight early. And now the Wolves are able to hold this corner after holding so close for so long, Tyler. The Mammoths are going to have 3 ultimates here, which is really good for them. The B is going to come out. Blockboy is going to run away here, and is going to be taken up by Frozen Phoenix. What a shot from Frozen Phoenix, by the way. Kitsune Rush is going to come out. BBQ is going to take out control, but will fall to WoW Classic to a nice Sojourn headshot. Frozen Phoenix is going to try to run away here. JR is going to find C-Squared, and now just kills coming out from in and out, but the Mammoths can really do a good job at taking advantage of this, as they do have spawn advantage here, Kyler, so this could be really good for the Mammoths.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm just in awe watching this unfold here. Now we're below 1 minute here for the Mammoths to try and get this push together. Frozen Phoenix trying to do what they can, and they find Blockboy. That's going to be big to try and shut that down, but a big shatter comes out here by Troll, but the Mammoths are able to withstand it and stay up here and have picks in their favor now. JR causing some mayhem here in the back line as BBQ finds Frozen Phoenix. WoW Classic punishing them with a little bit of BM there, saying, don't come out for my Widowmaker, and they avenge the loss of Frozen Phoenix here. As we see Mammoths jump back onto cart. JR still alive here, lurking around back there. We see Blockboy go onto cart. Wraith in, which is a bold move, however, is still surviving. We see the trance get forced out here. Mammoths finding some more picks here. Looking like they might be able to make something happen. Trying to get Troll as Troll tries to run away. Not going to be enough there. Mammoths now into overtime, however, in a good spot here. Likely going to be able to find shore up this first push and move on. Extend this round a little bit here, Ryan.
Yeah, and that is what the Mammoths need. Luckily, not full health there on Havana. They did what they needed to do there. We do see Troll switching over to Sigma here. Now, Triplet will fall early as well, so this is really big for Mammoths. They can now take a more aggressive angle, which you might see here from WoW Classic in just a second, especially since they have Overclock online and ready to go. Looks like WoW Classic is going to start putting some pressure on this shield. And is going to try to get some damage. Frozen Phoenix going to find that nice pick onto Blockboy. And WoW Classic, oh, what a shot onto JR. Not being forgiving there. WoW Classic's going to fall a little low, run themselves away. But no ultimates used yet from either team, as both teams do have 4 ults for Wolves, 3 for Mammoths here. And it's going to be who uses these ultimates first, as the Mammoths are going to use this. Ant Matrix helped WoW Classic try to find these kills. The deflect is gone, and WoW Classic's going to find a nice headshot on the Blockboy.
Absolutely just deleted. A great window there by Control to just give WoW Classic enough to find one there, and just doing enough again to just really push the issue and just force Wolves up into a tough spot here. So holding on to this overclock as Frozen Phoenix finds BBQ, and that's going to be tough if you are the Wolves. Let's see what they're able to do here though. Ults are all around. We see the Kitsune rush go down here, and JR gets put down as well. Blockboy is able to find WoW Classic. Frozen Phoenix, though, getting so much value out of this Widowmaker. Control finds Blockboy as well here. Going to be enough for the Mammoths again to shore this up and continue extending this round. Finding picks early, putting the DPS line down early into that fight of the Wolves, making them fight from a back foot and really just not looking back from there as Frozen Phoenix punishes BBQ for hanging out in the open, saying, put a helmet on if you're going to be out here around me, making things happen here. Let's see what they're doing. Let's see what they're able to do as they just take space. Wolves are kind of waiting for their team to, again, get out of spawn. Can't get a little too crazy here now with the, wow, what an angle here from Frozen Phoenix on the Widow. My goodness. Good Lord. And just punishing Troll for peeking whatsoever. Identifies Blockboy up there. They know that Blockboy's got Blossom, so they're going to be looking out here to see what they can do. Blockboy popping it just to get C-squared out there early as Frozen Phoenix finds Blockboy as well. JR holding onto this blade here and is... I thought he was going to let it rip, but not just yet. Still holding it. Might not need it here as Triplet switches over to the Lucio. Nate was able to find a pick there as well. Big anti there onto Toxic kill. C-squared finding Triplet, though. Getting some value here on the Zen, which you love to see. Let's see what both teams are able to do. Looks like this is going to be a one fight for Wolves. Strong holding spot for them here. Ults online as well. I don't know if JR is holding out for the nano or not. We've seen him pop off with the blade with no nano just yet as we see the window come out here. Frozen Phoenix finding Blockboy again. Oh, Frozen Phoenix finding 2 through that window. Control as well. Puts Triplet down. Mammoth's on the front foot now. Gonna try and get in here early. We see the nade get forced out here. BBQ just peeling back here with Troll, trying to keep each other up, waiting for their teammates to come back. Sleep Dart's not going to find anybody, but BBQ is going to find WoW Classic here. Let's see what they're able to do as Control is out of position just a little bit, and that's what's going to happen. JR is going to take advantage of that every single time. Now, 30 seconds now remaining for Mammoths on this push. Let's see what they're able to do. JR again, terminating the other team with this Genji. Really tough spot to be in if you're the Wolves. However, you do have Trance. That may be enough to try and keep you alive through this Nano Blade. That is going to be very, very dangerous. Gravitic Flux online for the Wolves as well with a beat in the pocket. The Trance is going to come out early here. As we see the Nano Blade roll out, we see JR find 1 with BBQ, find 2, find 3. Frozen Phoenix able to find 1 with C-squared as well. Gravitic Flux comes down here as well. Beat goes out. That is going to be it. Great hold there by the Wolves on that last point. Mammoth's doing well, though, Brian, to really extend that round out. They looked dead in the water on that first point, but they kept it going, rolled through that second point, and got it right to the doorstep of the Wolves.
Yeah, and, you know, I think that trans there was to actually touch the point for Mammoths. Unfortunately, that did mean that JR was just able to use that Nanoblade in the backlines. But, I mean, that was incredible. Like you said, Mammoths not looking too good for point number 1, rolling through point 2, and like getting it right to the doorstep of the Wolves, doing a phenomenal job getting it there, and the Mammoths are nowhere near done yet. That was one fantastic push, and now all they have to do is stop the Wolves from getting there. And as everyone knows, Havana, the worst and hardest point to get through is second point. So if they can hold the Wolves there, that is going to be ideal and the best case scenario for the Mammoths here. And all they have to really do is stop JR from getting onto Frozen Phoenix. Frozen Phoenix having that free reign to do whatever they want is really the win condition for the Mammoths and what they need to do.
Yeah, and it seems like JR identified that early, was really able to pick out where Frozen Phoenix was at and really just put the pressure on. When we saw Frozen Phoenix have open sight lines and not have to worry too much, we saw a lot of value putting Block Boy down a lot, putting a lot of pressure into the back line of the Wolves. So let's see what they're able to do here now on defense. We see that Sig come out early with the shield, and that's going to be tough in and of itself. However, we see the front line start to roll out here. Toxic Kill throwing some stuff down. WoW Classic on the Mei, which you just love to see Mei being played. We're going to see Toxic Kill roll in here on the Rhine and get a pick. We see JR here on the Sojourn, which is deadly, as you can see right there. Finds the pick onto WoW Classic, and that is going to be big for them early on here. That's going to be a long rollout here for WoW Classic to get back into this fight, and that is damage lost, and that is not something that you like to see. Let's see what they're able to do. Frozen Phoenix hasn't found anybody just yet, but it was only a matter of time until they find the Reaper. And we see here, we see Toxic Kill rather, or Troll rather, switch onto the Reinhardt from the Sig. JR again on this Sojourn, so deadly as evidenced by both the series so far. Finds another, so much pressure here. Finds a third, just absolutely tearing through the other team, punishing them for even loading into Overwatch right now. My goodness, Frozen Phoenix finds triplet on the tail end of this fight. It's not going to be enough to put really discourage the Wolves from continuing to push Cart here on the front foot. Let's see if Mammoths are able to get one more fight in here. I believe that they can to try and contest Cart, but Wolves rolling right out from point, looking so strong here, Ryan.
Yeah, and the Wolves also looking at 3 different ultimates here. The window will come out for Mammoths, and Control will be able to take out Block Boy, but the Nano is going to come out from Wolves here, and JR is going to find Toxic Kill right there. JR being gruesome. There it is, another one. Triple will find Frozen Phoenix there, and JR just is not playing nice today. Gonna not quite find Control, but won't let that stop him as he is. There it is, JR finding Control there. 10-player kill streak, I might add, and JR dominating the Mammoths right now.
This guy is just absolutely tearing through right now, taking control of this game. I mean, what do you even say at this point? Calm down, son. Playing out of his mind right now. He is locked into the game. He has turned into Sojourn, become one with the character, moves like they do, finds WoW Classic with the overclock. My God, you just cannot take your eyes off JR for a second. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. This is a masterclass in Sojourn play, everyone. With the Shatter coming down here in the back line by Toxic Kill, it's not going to be enough. Wolves still continuing to push through, looking so strong right now, Ryan.
Yeah, and Troll gonna have this Shatter triplet with the Beat online. Mammoth's gonna have Blizzard Walls as well as Beat. But, I mean, it won't matter if JR just finds a nice headshot, which we've seen so much. Oh, Troll going to find a nice little spot to get out alive. The Wall's coming out as well as the Blizzard. Troll will most likely freeze here, and he does. But the Beat will come out from triplet, saving Troll. Barely living here. The Shadow's gonna come out.
Oh, what a wall! What a wall! My God! WoW Classic with an insane wall to block the Shatter.
They still got point.
Oh, I can't even. Oh, they C9! Ah, dude, this is game, dude. Oh my God, Mammoths on the front foot played it so well. Shut down the Shatter by Troll, saved their entire team. Was it triplet that stayed on Cart And C9 it behind?
I guess so.
Oh.
And JR.
I don't even know.
I don't know
A
either.
pause coming out here.
I think we need that pause more than anyone else, Kyler.
Yeah, this is. I need a breath right now, dude.
Yeah.
My God, this play here on Havana has been absolutely insane from almost every perspective. We've seen both teams just so locked in. I mean, obviously the standout performer right now, just not enough can be said about JR on the Sojourn. Just an absolute menace and a beast. But I mean, the tanks for both teams, the support line, everybody is just in the right place, just connected from so many different spots right now. Ryan, this is nuts.
Yeah, and that wall. I mean, if the C9 wasn't there, that wall. I mean, even if the C9 was where, the wall was incredible. Blocked the shatter. I mean, that's one of those shield block sort of deals that you do in a millisecond. And then it just millisecond wall with a May. It just blocks the shatter from Troll. And I don't even know, Tyler. I don't even know what to say to that. We have JR hitting headshots. We have May blocking shatter. I mean, what else can you ask for in this game? There's so much going on, and it's absolutely amazing to watch. And that pause, I think, was needed for everyone watching, just to take a quick breath and be, what just happened?
Yeah, I needed to catch my breath a little bit after that one because it was just absolutely insane. I mean, just back and forth, so much to look out for from our perspective. All right, have some mercy on your poor casters. All right, we're trying to commentate these crazy plays that are happening, and then there's a C9 in the background. There's just these kids are just all over the place, and I mean, just not enough can be said about the quality of their Overwatch, what they're able to do on such a short notice, switching teams, doing things that not a lot of players can do, and it's really a testament. I just got to shout out Esports Tower. I got to shout out Scholastic Esports as a whole, because it's just so awesome that these kids have a platform to just show their talent and just show what they're able to do. Because I mean, again, it just instanced by that last 30 seconds of the game. It just they are just so in tune with the ability to play. I mean, collegiate Overwatch has some stars coming up in it. We are really 100%. In good hands for years to come, just for stuff that we're able to watch. I mean, it's truly just amazing.
Yeah, and you better be ready, because it looks like this pause is about over, and we got to get back into it. So Kyler, take one more deep breath. 1 second left. The fight ready to go. JR is already sitting in the spawn of their team. So JR is already looking for something. Gonna find toxic kill right there. We just got off a pause. Come on, JR, give us a break. And it's gonna find another one there. Fighting C squared.
Picking up right where he left off, man. I mean, just an absolute menace to society here. He's not afraid of a single thing. Troll pushing the button, putting down WoW Classic. Wolves are rolling right now. If you are the Mammoths, you are in a tough spot. You have maybe... You have to win a couple fights here if you're the Mammoths. If you're the Wolves, you've got 3.5 minutes to essentially win one fight and put this round away, put this map away, rather, as we see Troll here, and we see JR with Overclock, a scary sight. Block Boy pushing point here, looking for the Blossom, trying to find it. Let's see if they're able to get the TP in. The Overclock goes on by JR, and I mean, you know what the result is with that. Block Boy pushing point here. JR clicking heads. That is going to be a Wolves Havana map victory with an exclamation point, Ryan. What a performance.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, JR will get play of the game. Genji, Soldier, doesn't matter. JR doing a phenomenal job right here. We see the Transcendence going to touch point, so JR takes advantage of it, finds not one, not two, but three here, and just dominates and takes this map. And Wolves match point for the series here. And JR, take a breath. All right, because JR is doing a phenomenal job here in this tournament for the Esports Tower Rumble. And speaking of Esports Tower, I know everyone here wants to see more of them, so be sure to go check out more of Esports Tower, more of these phenomenal players at Esports Tower. Show these players some love, because these players are absolutely incredible, and they have nowhere near reached their peak performance. They have so much higher potential that they will reach, and you know that for a fact. And of course, if you're enjoying Kyler and I, be sure to check out Shenandoah University's esports social medias at TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at ShenU Esports. And then, of course, our Twitch and our YouTube at Shenandoah Esports. And you can catch us having heart attacks on stream, and you can catch the players doing phenomenal things. I mean, I'm hyped up. Like, I don't know. I just want to, now I want to run through the wall, like you said earlier, Kyler. There's so much going on.
I'm gonna start
even
doing
after the pause.
I'm about to start doing some jumping jacks on stream or something like that to try and wear this energy off, dude. It's nuts. And I mean, yeah, it's this matchup for the series has just been awesome and back and forth. I mean, shout out to both teams. I mean, we really saw the Wolves take control of that series on that push there, but the Mammoths were certainly no slouches there, really on the precipice of pushing that cart to the end there as well. They were likely one fight away from really putting that to another offensive opportunity for themselves. So this has been a very, very close series as of so far. I will be really interested to say, you called it out last time, a reverse sweep is something that everybody likes to see. I might be casters cursing it right now, so I'm very sorry. I should say that now. But again, the Mammoths are not out of this. They are one fight away from being back on the front foot, gaining momentum and making something happen here. But with the way that the Wolves look right now, it may be a formidable task. It's going to be exciting to see as we get into this third map here, Ryan.
Yeah, speaking of third maps, we have potential match point here for the Wolves. The push map, the one and only Colosseo, and it is going to be one great matchup here. The Mammoths looking to stop the Wolves in their tracks, and the Wolves looking to continue forward and take this series with domination, with JR doing things, doing what they need to do to win this. And I don't even know what to expect for this map, because we saw so much on Havana, and now we're going to be going to Colosseo, which is so incredible. Like, that long hallway where the push bot starts is going to be crazy. And it really, you can do anything you want there. You can run Sojourn, you can run Genji, you can run Reinhardt, Monkey, whatever you want to do there. There's so much potential, and I don't even know what we're about to see here, Kyler.
You're telling me right now, brother. You're right. There's so much viability on this map for anything. We could see Frozen Phoenix even roll out the Widow here on that long sight line. I imagine we will likely see Sojourn, because I just think that she's just too hard to pass up on this map. So much value. But I mean, man, you know, we've tried to guess before and we have been proven wrong. So I'm not in the business of making bets. We'll see what these kids have to run, and I'm very excited to see it, because it's all come down to this. Mammoths with their backs up against the wall, got to produce something here to avoid the sweep here. Wolves likely looking to close it out, end their night on a good run here. So I'll be looking forward to seeing what they can do. It's going to be a very, very good matchup here, I think, Ryan.
Yeah, and speaking of matchup, it looks like the players are ready, and so is the map. So, match point for Wolves versus Mammoths here. This could be the sweep Wolves are looking for, or the start of the underdog reverse sweep here for the Mammoths coming in to push. They are looking, both teams wanting to continue. Well, Wolves don't want to continue going here. Mammoths wanting to keep this fight going. Who will take it tonight to end this series? It really is the question that everyone is asking right now as we come up Frozen Phoenix on the Pharah. All right, Troll on the Orisa.
Ooh.
JR back on that Genji. We love to see it. And this is something different, Kyler.
Look at these comps here. Pharah, Symmetra. Oh my goodness, this is certainly an interesting lineup here. But you like to see experimentation. You like to see these players just trying to roll out onto something a little bit different and see what they can do here. I like the pharmacy pick here, honestly. I think it's something that may get a lot of value, especially with all the off angles here in this first push in this hallway here. Again, players need to get grouped up. Teams have to be grouped up to really win this first fight. So we'll see what happens. They're gambling, and I think that they might pay off as we see JR here on the Genji. Not going to be a lot to contest the pharmacy, as we can see Frozen Phoenix saying, I'm not dealing with this guy early right now. Finds the pick. WoW Classic goes down to triplet, though, so trades going out all over the place here. Frozen Phoenix again on finding BBQ, and look at that switch immediately on the Wolves. JR going to the Sojourn as Frozen Phoenix is really putting work in here with the Pharah here. Blockboy just trying to get behind to make something happen. Just rolling through, just trying to stay alive here. This Sojourn is going to be deadly now to this Pharmacy. I imagine that's where the pressure is going to stay. We see both teams grouping up here. Blockboy maybe going back for a switch off the Reaper is what it is looking like here. BBQ putting down Frozen Phoenix, but Toxic Kill with the res right back up. Great play there by the Mercy. That's what you want to see, just keeping your team alive, keeping your team on the front foot as well. Troll here on the Orisa, who is, I think, maybe the first time we've seen Orisa in both series here, which is interesting to see. Great tank. I've been reworked really well as Triplet finds Frozen Phoenix. Res isn't going to be back up for Toxic Kill just yet, so the Wolves need to take advantage of this as we see them push in. Big Javelin there. Not able to find WoW Classic just yet. Control though, finding JR. That's going to open up things here for the Mammoths. Let's see if they're able to take control. Speaking of control, on the Zarya, I tried to make that happen as we see the Val come out here from Toxic Kill. Both teams again just feeling each other out a little bit. Mammoths here on the front foot, able to push forward just a little bit. Big sleep onto the Orisa. BBQ with the anti that's able to put C-Squared down, and there's Triplet popping up in the kill feed there with the Sojourn. Looks like Wolves are going to do just enough to take control as we see a sneaky Frozen Phoenix looking for what could be a massive barrage. However, it looks like he is discovered here by BBQ. Let's see if Frozen Phoenix is able to stay up with 2 health escapes. And while Frozen Phoenix is trying to take him on, Troll is in the front line with the double. And Triplet says, "You're not getting away from me." We haven't seen Triplet pop up in the kill feed a whole ton on this DPS line, but I think the Sojourn suits their playstyle really, really well, as we can start to see. Finding picks here. Mammoths looking like they're in a decent spot, but the Wolves continue to take ground here. Let's see what they're able to do as they keep going. 3 ults online for the Mammoths, some big ones too. As the grab comes out pretty early here, however, both Wolves are able to rotate out of it. Triplet, you know what? I was just calling Triplet a Sojourn player. It's super embarrassing. On the Baptiste, finding a lot of value. There goes the big barrage. Able to find Triplet. And that's going to be a lot for the Wolves, but who else but JR again, staying alive, keeping this fight up, and finds the Mercy. JR. This cannot be happening right now. JR is trying to do everything they can. Oh my god, it keeps it alive. Oh my god. I am in awe at what JR has been able to do. 4 ults online for the Wolves. They didn't even use any there. I don't even know what to say right here. Visors online, Overclocks online. They've got Nano.
Ultimate,
oh my god, Ryan. This is
JR is the ultimate. I mean, we've clearly seen it.
God, I mean, the guy, it just take the 3v1 and buy his team time there to regroup and now take Robot in such an advantageous position for themselves. Here comes the Visor. No Nano to go along with it, but it's just enough. What more do you need? Toxic Kill. Frozen Phoenix goes down, and that's a 1 fight right there for the Wolves, who are just going to push this Robot now. Control does find JR. That's going to be a big pick for them as they start to regroup here and try to contest this Robot again before second point. Let's see what they're able to do. Blockboy just pushing forward, trying to put some pressure onto Control here on the Zarya. And they're doing enough to get her down to half, doing really, really well here. And there goes the barrage early. Smart barrage finds Blockboy. Triplet able to find Frozen Phoenix, though. Troll able to find Control and Toxic Kill. Wolves really rolling. The window's going to go down, but to no avail. Frozen Phoenix finds Triplet. Mammoths have an opportunity now to take control of this Robot as the menace, the Reaper on Sojourn. God.
No,
dude, I just can't believe this guy.
Someone stop JR, please.
I can't believe this kid right now. This is unbelievable play right now, ladies and gentlemen.
He hasn't used an overclock yet. The overclock is still available.
Even understand.
Oh no. Someone stop JR before he finds someone else. Someone stop this menace. JR is not giving any mercy to anyone. I mean,
They call Faker the unkillable Demon King of League of Legends. I think we might need to start extending that title over to JR on Sojourn as well. Just an absolute force to be reckoned with. The grab goes out early here, and that's going to be a good one from Control to find some picks here for Mammoth. Big anti-nade there by C-Squared to push the button, find some picks. Frozen Phoenix is putting BBQ down, and the Mammoths are rolling now, trying to make things even. Big play by Frozen Phoenix there on the far end to start pushing the button. Blockboy's going to come out here and just try to put some damage down, try to contest, just make his presence felt here. We'll see what they're able to do. Put some damage there onto Control a little bit early. Blockboy running away, trying to just get away as Wolves start to re-engage this fight here, Ryan. But my goodness, what a back and forth here. Mammoth's making plays. Troll finds Toxic Kill, and that's going to be a tough loss there. Triplet getting so much value from the backline with this Baptiste. My goodness. We haven't seen them on their patented Kiriko, but I really like to see the Baptiste come out now because, again, I mean, just such a mechanically strong player Triplet is. Both teams playing out of their minds right now. Wolves really trying to slam the door on this thing and end it here as we see Mammoths coming upon a few ults to blossom up the Nano as well and see what they're able to do here. JR, I don't even know if he's used that overclock, and as I say that, here it comes.
Oh,
that is a dangerous combo! Oh my goodness! Troll with the triple BBQ. With the Nano team kill. Oh my goodness, I just cannot say enough. The Wolves are rolling right now, Ryan. They're back on point, pushing even further and increasing their lead.
And there it is.
2.5 minutes, and JR starting the fight off. Oh my goodness, taking Toxic Kill out early, which is just a killer if you were the Mammoths. Looks like WoW Classic trying to find this Blossom, and he does! With the Nano, that's the Beyblade Classic right there, is able to find two. Troll is just gonna reset. Very smart play here as WoW Classic tries to roll in.
Don't let JR get
trying to contest JR. You just have to be terrified. Control finding JR here. It's gonna be enough. They're gonna try to find the stagger onto BBQ as well. Mammoths trying to regain here and close this Wolves lead. What a back and forth that we have here, Ryan.
Yeah, and this is what Mammoths wants. They want to keep going back and forth, forcing the Wolves out fast. And if they can find JR fast, it'll be really good. Frozen Phoenix is going to find Blockboy early in this fight, and that is going to be a good intro coming in, especially because Blockboy did have that visor ready and available. So now this is going to be really good for Mammoths, but C-Squared is going to fall down to Triplet, finding these crits. Triplet going to find Toxic Kill as well.
Wow.
Like you were saying, Triplet just doing their part. Triplet will fall to Frozen Phoenix, though, but the cart is being moved by WoW Classic. Troll's going to find Control, and now WoW Classic still moving. Finally, is going to be contested here. Is going to get out. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Oh, I
can't. Oh, not quite.
No.
Some vital meters there. Is able to push cart. WoW Classic doing a great job of just trying to get that thing as close as they possibly can here, but it's really gonna come down to this for the Wolves now. Sub 1 minute, and they're not even gonna worry too much about the robot. They've got it right where they want it. They're just gonna try and take this fight to make something happen. Frozen Phoenix overclock out now. Toxic Kill able to get the immortality field and Control finds Blockboy. We see the ult come out big. Nano Frozen Phoenix is down. That is a big pick. Triplet again, really showing out here, showing us what they're made of as they've always been. Troll again getting Control out early, and this is going to be tough. It's looking like the Wolves are looking to close this thing out here. BBQ desperately tried to heal JR. Judge trying to get that angle. Troll putting WoW Classic down 15 seconds for Mammoths. I am not thinking it's going to be enough time. They're going to have to try and rush greatly here. Blockboy with the visor. JR with the overclock. Oh, and Troll eats the grab. That is going to be it. It goes into overtime. Wolves trying to do, or Mammoths trying to do everything they can to contest. It's not going to be enough. The Wolves 3-0 the Mammoths and close the door on this night of Esports Tower Overwatch 2 action. Ryan, what a night, man.
Yeah, and those Wolves working as a pack, not letting the Mammoths do what they wanted to do, and it does look like the Mammoths will continue to be extinct after this game here. The Wolves just dominating. I mean, Troll, what is that? That nano on the Troll was absolutely incredible. The Wolves just doing wolf things and clawing their way through, fighting through, working as a pack, doing what they needed to do to win this, and that is exactly what they did, Kyler, with JR, and you have Troll working those plays as best as they can. Then you have Triplet doing all the great things on Kiriko. Took him a little bit to get used to Baptiste, but got into that and then started getting some great kills there at the end and just did a phenomenal job. And the Wolves just finishing out this series, ending strong. But definitely nothing to sleep on for the Mammoths. They did a phenomenal job there, really getting close there at the end. Unfortunately, lost that fight, the time not in their favor, not able to touch the push bot. But the Mammoths almost had it there in every one of the games. They were so incredibly close, especially on Havana, doing such a good job. And who knows, if that C9 never happened, the Mammoths could have held that.
You're absolutely right. I mean, that's what it comes down to at the end of the day, is just a couple of plays each way. I mean, when you have somebody like JR just really carrying the damage of the team and just being such a threat, it's hard to shut somebody like that, somebody down like that, when they're just having a night like this. And so, Mammoths, against all odds, even with a really standout performance happening on the other side, fought very well, had their opportunities to bring these games back. So nothing to hang their heads on. I'm sure they'll look back on this and look back at one or two plays that may have swung the momentum in this series. But really great showing by all players. They should be proud of themselves. It was just great to come back for another week of some Overwatch action. Watch these guys play. It was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, and they did a phenomenal job, but obviously there is one alpha dog, the pack leader, the myth, the legend, JR, for our player of the week, howling with how much damage and aggression and kills that JR had tonight, not just on Sojourn, not just on Genji, but I think that's actually all they played tonight. But Genji and Sojourn did phenomenal. JR doing a phenomenal job tonight. We got some amazing replays of JR just going ham here, finding the kills on so many people here. This amazing replay from Havana earlier tonight. JR just doing a phenomenal job, not forgiving really anyone at all. And of course, we have not just the Sojourn replay there, but as well as his Genji performance from JR on the same map on Havana, doing a phenomenal job going through this Transcendence, finding 3. What a blade from JR there. And then, of course, the shatter of a lifetime coming in from Troll there early on that Busan game. JR finding some massive kills here, just hunting WoW Classic there. And that was fantastic. We have so many good replays from JR tonight, and you can't deny that JR was just a dominant DPS player from the night. Kyler, what are your thoughts?
It just at every moment it seemed like this guy was in the kill feed, right? We were obviously just in awe all night, and I mean, understandably so. Look at these highlights, look at the damage, the pressure that JR was able to put on all night. It was an honor to be here in attendance and watch this performance. Quite truthfully, it's just I mean, just one after another. So many things to call out. Like I said, it just felt like there was a moment. It just felt like there wasn't a moment where we weren't talking about JR's performance tonight. So just such great game sense, feel for the game, mechanics. What can you say? Such a deserved Player of the Week award. Going to be looking forward to how they play from here on out as well.
Yeah, JR just performing like a menace tonight, and I don't even know what to say to that. We had 2 fantastic series tonight. We had the Battle of the Sea, where the Stingrays came out on top, and then the Battle of the Land, where the Wolves came out on top for tonight's Esports Tower Rumble. And I'm going to regret this, but I did say if the Wolves won, I would howl. So, Kyler, would you like to join me here with this howl?
We might be off sync a little bit, but I would love nothing more than to
All right, here we go.
Yes, absolutely.
3, 2, 1. Oh!
Oh!
GG's tonight to
strong.
all 4. It was good. It was good. That's what matters. GG's to all 4 teams tonight here at Esports Tower. Fantastic games. I had such a blast casting. I know Kyler did too. And I'm looking forward to what these next games have entail for us at Esports Tower. But that will wrap it up for tonight for the broadcast. Of course, we have the top 5 plays of the night coming at you, so be sure to check those out. But until next time, I've been Ryan Blakenhorn. Joining me was Kyler Abgar, and this will be us signing off.